Hi there, Sandra and Emily here for our level 1 beginner routine number 1. So excited to be delivering this first routine to you, our first full routine. So laying down on your back there on your mat and just relaxing and breathing to get started. So our standard Pilates, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Just double checking to make sure I've got my mic on. And then just finding that nice internal drawing in. So we're just centering ourselves through our first few breaths. Just checking in to see how the body feels on the mat. Do you feel nice and evenly pressed on the mat? And then you're going to take a few little pelvic tilts. On your next out breath, just draw your hips towards your ribs and just flatten your back into the mat. And then hips away from the ribs. And hips towards the ribs. Just exploring how we're feeling these first few movements. Hips away from the ribs. Hips towards the ribs. And let's do one more of those. Then Emily's just going to settle back for a moment in her neutral pelvis. So we talk about neutral pelvis all the time in Pilates. It's where the pubic bone and the two hip bones are just nice and level. We could sit a glass of water there. And it also gives you some feedback by way of a little lumbar arch there. So always coming back to this position. So now we're going to take our pelvic tilt into a pelvic curl. In breath to prepare. And on the out breath, take a little tilt of your pelvis, start pressing into your feet, peeling your hips up off the mat into your bridge position. Hold it there for an in breath. And on the out breath, peeling the spine back down, one vertebrae at a time. Breathe in back to neutral pelvis and go again. Breathe out, tilt the pelvis. Peeling up. And breath in at the top and peeling down. Now Emily's just going to continue with that as you are too. Explore your pelvic curl. Let's breathe out, tilt and peel up. There's quite a lot of things going on in our pelvic curl. One of the things we're doing is warming up the spine. We're stretching the hips, stretching the thighs. And we're also warming up the glutes and hamstrings. So we want to really press into the feet. Make sure that these muscles behind the legs are working. Excellent work. And we're going to do one more of those. Breathe out, tilt, peel it up. Big stretch. And on the breath out, peel and melt back down. Nice work. And then we're going to move towards some tabletop legs. So breath in, prepare. And on the out breath, float one knee at a time up into that tabletop position. Knees over hips, ankles over the knees. We're going to take both palms on both thighs for our ab press. Breathe out, press. Breathe in, pause. Nice and slow, Emily. Now, will you count 4 more of those, please, while I talk here? Now, the ab press is a beginner level modification, or what we could say a modification for those that don't want to do an upper body lift. So I'm deliberately starting at this level. Now, as we progress through our Pilates, I just want you to remember that this is always an option, that we come back to our ab press. So some people that have got neck issues, that sort of thing, may not want to lift their upper body. And Emily, when you finish your 5, you're going to bring your knees to chest. You want to show everyone that's how we can transition to a rest position. You can have a little rock side to side there. But just going back to the ab press, it is a modified version of an abdominal exercise. So as you progress through the routines, just know that any time that you're doing an upper body lifting, you can use that as your modification. Now, we might not always cue it. So try and take that on board. We might refer to the ab press. That's what it is. Now we're going to do the ab press with obliques. So breath in, prepare, and on the out breath, bring one knee at a time to tabletop position. You're going to take both hands, one hand on top of the other, take it to the right thigh. We're cueing from the right, and we're going to breathe out to press and breathe in, pause. and breathe out, press. You're going to do 4 each side, Emily. I'm going to keep talking. Breathe out, press. So sometimes we may cue this as an alternate press, but notice that nothing's moving here. Emily's going to transition to her left. So while she's pressing, she's abdominal engaging and she's completely stabilizing. She's not trying to pull the knees into the chest. Nice work. And when she's finished there, she's going to take 1 foot at a time to the floor and just relax there. And you can do a little knee sway side to side. And then back to center. We're just going to do some little leg lifts. So relax the hands to the side, either palms down or palms up. She's going to keep her pelvis lovely and stable in neutral, just like you are as well. So you're going to breathe in, float your right knee to tabletop. And you're going to breathe out to lower it. We're going to breathe in, float the left knee to tabletop. And breathe out to lower. There's a few going to continue doing that. And other leg. Just give me 2 more each side. I'm going to continue talking. You'll go into a knee sway. Now, there's a couple of ways we can do our breathing always. We can breathe out to lift, or we can breathe in to lift and breathe out to lower. So I may cue it a certain way. If you find that there's another way that you want to practice, that's not a problem. The main thing is that we're breathing. Excellent. Now we're going to in our side supine side twist there. So bring the ankles and knees together, nice controlled twist. Press into the backs of the arms. Breathe in, draw knees and pelvis to the right, and breathe out back to start. We're going to do 3 each side. Breathe in as you draw to the left. Keep squeezing those thighs. Breathe out back to start. Breathe in, rotate. And breathe out. Remember, our out breath is where we get our deep core engagement. So we're always working it. And I think when we finish this one, we might just go into a nice little side twist where we hold for 2 breaths. Now taking the knees and pelvis all the way over to the right, dropping down into that position there. Now you can just, this is quite a low level or modified side twist, depends on your back, how much stronger you want to take that. You can also draw the knees more towards the torso if you want a longer stretch. With all our stretches and releases, just play with them. Find what just feels nice for you. Explore the first cue, see how it feels. There's always different ways we can do that. So you're going to bring 1 knee at a time back to center, ready for a stretch on the other side. Bring it over to the other side now. Does that feel nice, Emily?
Yeah, that's good, thanks.
Good, excellent. 1 more breath there. Then 1 knee at a time back to center. We're going to get ready for our little foot slides here. Now the purpose of our foot slides is to stabilize the pelvis and just engage the core. We're going to breathe in, extend the right leg away. Breathe out, drag that leg back. Let's stay with the right for 3 more. Breathe in as you extend that leg away. Breathe out, drag back in. Explore the length on that leg. Can you get that leg any longer as you reach it away? Drag back in. So our first level foot slides is you might keep your foot dragging up and down on the floor. If you want to challenge it a little bit more, you can make it more of a hover where as you extend, so take that a bit more challenge now. Notice Emily's hovering her leg off the mat more now. Drag it back in. Take it to the other side, Emily. So I'm going to leave it with Emily to see about what level that she wants to explore the foot slides at today. Breathe in, drag back in. So yes, it's either a full drag along the carpet and drag it back, or that full hover where there's a lot more strength in that leg. You might like to do a couple of each there. So that's our foot slides. How's your count there going? Is that your last one, Emily?
Yep, last one.
Okay, when you finish, you're going to bring 1 knee at a time to tabletop position. we're going to get ready for our single leg stretch. I'm going to cue you with shoulders raised, breath in. And on the breath out, raise your upper body, bring your hands onto your right knee. Reach that right hand further down the thigh. Let's bring it into the chest a bit more. Extend your left leg. There's your setup for your single leg stretch. Breath in, start. Breathe out to extend. Breath in, hold. Breathe out to extend. Breath in, hold. Breathe out to extend. And keep going there, Emily. Breathe out to extend. And breathe out to extend. Remember earlier on I said shoulders raised or shoulders lowered, but you can do one more there. Breathe out to extend. Let's end up with knees into the chest. Bend both knees in, have a little stretch. So Emily chose to lower her shoulders halfway through that. Always an option. Nice work, Emily. You're going to draw the knees into the chest, come up into a little seated position. Tummy zip, little momentum, up to seated position. Ready to move into our C curve here. So we want to be sitting tall on our sit bones. So in breath to lengthen the spine, prepare the body, and on the out breath, little tuck of the pelvis. Now you can either rest your hands on your legs or you can float them out the front. Let's breathe in, restack. I'm just not giving you an extra breath here on this one. Breathe out, tuck and sit back. Breathe in, come forward, restack. Work your restack, breathe out, little C curve. Breathe in, restack, that's nice. And breathe out, C curve. And when Emily's going to do one more of those, she's going to hold that here. You're going to breathe in, rotate the rib cage to the right, and breathe out back to center. Breathe in, rotate left. Breathe out back to center. Two more each side there. Excellent work. And come on up. Going to go into a little spine stretch. So I might get you to turn around and face the camera there, Emily. So Emily's got really tight hamstrings here. So you may have too. So when we've got tight hamstrings, it's hard for us to sit on the floor and straighten the legs. So your options are to slightly bend those knees up there. Okay, so it was a spine twist. So we're going to bring the arms to cactus arms. Shrug the shoulders down the back here. You're going to breathe in as you lift up and breathe out, rotate right, Emily. Breathe in back to center and breathe out, rotate other direction. Breathe in back to center, breathe out, rotate. Yes, breathe in. This is not an easy one for Emily. She's got tight hamstrings. She's got tight hips. We can also prop her up on a little block. So I'm going to let you make that choice. And one more each side, Emily. But we have to finish this side because she started on the left. Breathe in back to center. Breathe out. Last one this direction. Excellent. You're going to swing, come back to center. Swing your legs to the right. Do you want a block or you're happy with that? For your side reach, love. It's just behind you if you need it. So breathe in tall and let's breathe out, reach to the left. Breathe in, restack the spine and breathe out, reach. So you're anchoring that right hip down. Breathe in, restack. Let's do two more like that. Breathe out, reach. That's nice. And reach. Right, might just take that into, hold that position. Might take this into a little thread the needle. Let's bring this right arm back here. Let me guide you. And you're going to breathe out and you're going to rotate, twist. Take that hand under the armpit. Breathe in, unrotate, just out to the side. And breathe out. That's it. Rotate, twist. Two more like that. There's a lovely bit of rotation there. Your left hand strong but soft on the mat. Rotate. And just one more there. And rotate. Last one. Excellent. And then come on up out of your side reach position. Legs straight, swinging them around to the left. Ready for our side reach over to the right. Okay, breath in tall and let's breathe out as we reach over. Breathe in, restack the spine. And breathe out, reach. Breathe in, restack the spine. Oh, I love the side stretch, love it. Breathe out. Remember our in-breath, slow it down a bit, Emily. Our in-breath facilitates the lengthening of the spine. Nice work. Restack the spine. And let's go again. Last one there, ready for our thread the needle. Okay, let's take that left arm out to the side and breathe out as you rotate, twist. Breathe in, unrotate. And breathe out, rotate. So the palm is just reaching under the armpit. There's a little pushing away with the hand on the mat. Breathe in, unrotate. And breathe out, rotate. Nice work. And I'm going to make that the last one. Beautiful work. Unrotate. Now we're going, okay, from this position, Emily's going to lay on her right side facing the camera. We're going to do some side lying leg work here. So side lying position, either resting head on the bicep, arms straight, or a little block there. Always make sure you're comfortable. Never a rush to get into your position. So from that position, lengthen out through both legs. You can also, so Emily's pushing her hip away, which is awesome. That's great to get that length through the hip. You can also just take the hand and rest it forward. You don't have to keep it there. Emily, I just want you to show people. That just helps stabilize your upper body if you want it there. Okay, so you find your own position with your hand now. So lengthen out through the top leg, breath in. And on the breath out, let's float that leg up. Breathe out to lift. Breathe in to lower. And breathe out to lift. And breathe in to lower. Breathing out to lift. Nice, full, deep breaths. And breathe out to lift. Now, just give me 2 more of those, Emily. With this one, you have options to extend your bottom leg long or bend that bottom leg. That's always an option as well. Real beginner level, if you're really unstable, definitely a bent leg will offer you more stability. Breathe out. Now we're going to take that into our, just lower down for a minute, Emily, wait for the cue. So that we're going to take that into our inner thigh lift with the bottom leg. Now my tip here is don't lift that top leg too high, because it's pretty hard if you do. So let's breathe in, lift the top leg. And on the out breath, let's press the bottom one up to meet it. Squeeze, breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift that bottom leg. Reach through both heels, Emily. Get length through both heels. So that, keep going there. So the higher you lift that top leg, the harder it is. But length through both heels. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift. It's like you're trying to scrape both heels up the wall behind you. And let's do 1 more of those. Breathe out, lift. Breath in, hold both up. And on the out breath, lower both down. Well done. We're going to take that into some side lying circles here. So let's float the top leg up. Breathe in, lift. Now let's reach out through the heel, do some little circles. Just some nice smooth breathing through that. Keep circling. Now we want to create some perfection of movement here. So imagine that that size of that circle is the size of a small mandarin or the size of a small orange. Circling. Let's pause and circle the other direction. Circle, circle, circle. It's not easy. And 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. How are you feeling that one, love?
Yeah,
excellent. Okay, we'll just have a little side lying release before we go to the other side. Bend both knees up hip height. Let's take our little, what are we going to call them? Little pigeon arms. So there's your pigeon wings. Breathe in, float the elbow to ceiling, and breathe out, float. And we're just going to hold and relax on this one. So in some of our other clips, just keep breathing there. In some of our other clips, we might go forward and back, and you're welcome to do that as well. But for a little variation, we're just going to hold it. On every out breath, I want you to think about dropping the shoulder down to the mat a little bit more. Try to keep the knees stacked if you can. Nice work. 1 more breath there. And on the out breath, bring it up and over. Excellent work. And then Emily's going to transition to her left side. She's going to face the camera there. Nice smooth transition. So our side lying position, hips stacked, shoulders stacked, supporting your upper body there. Okay, so let's reach long through both heels there. We'll do our abductor work, lifting the top leg. Breath in, prepare. And on the breath out, let's reach that leg up. Breathe out, lift. And breathe in, lower. And breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Big tummy zip, lift. Always looking for that extra length out through the heel. And breathe out, lift. And we'll do one more of those. Breathe out, lift. Let's hold it up. Breath in, prepare. Bottom leg lifts. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, lift. Reach through the heel. You're trying to scrape that heel up the far wall. And that one, and just one more. Nice work. And then lower both down, relax. Okay, so we're going to do our side lying circles now. So let's raise that top leg. Remember, you can bend your bottom one if you want to. Reach through the heel. Let's do little circles. It's the whole leg circle. I talk about reaching through the heel and circling the size of a small mandarin or a small orange, but in fact the work is coming from the thigh bone, the femur, and lengthening the hip. 2 and 1 and reverse. Circle, circle, circle. And 3 and 2 and 1 and relax down there. Nice work. Bending the knees up. Let's do our little pigeon arms, elbows. Breathe in, elbow to ceiling. Breathe out, rotate, and we're holding that position. Just relaxing down there. Use the breath to release the body. Use the breath just to let the shoulder drop back down onto the mat. There's these lovely little incremental changes that happen throughout the body when we just surrender to the breath, surrender to the earth, and just find the stillness in that moment. Nice one there, Emily. And on your next out breath, back over to start position. So let's have a look at a little bit more in detail about this is called our quadruped or all fours position. So it is a very strong position here. And I thought I might have mentioned in the time saver, if you've seen that Emily has some wrist issues. So it's important that we really spread the fingers to distribute the weight through all points of the hand. This plays out up the arm on a muscular level when we do that. Some modifications are that you can roll the mat at the front, so create a little ball of the mat that can help prop your wrist. In fact, I might just show you how to do that now. This is not the best mat for it. The softer blue ones might be better, but see, we just roll that up. And Emily, just show the viewers how we'd prop that. If you can see that just takes your wrist into an offload position there, not so much pressure in that part of the wrist. So we'll take the mat back to where it was, love. So lots of options to always explore on how to modify things there. So, but it is a nice strong position. So we're going to stabilize the whole spine, push away from the ground and fill out those shoulders a bit more, Emily, just like what you did without arching. Yeah, so she's working her shoulders strong to hold that position. I can see that. We're going to start with an extend arm. We'll go right arm, breath in, and on the breath out, just float that right arm forward. Breathe in, bring it back in. Let's switch sides for this one. Stabilize the shoulders. Breathe out, extend. Breathe in, bring it back in. We're going to do 3 more each side. You're going to count, Emily. Nice work. Breathe in, bring it back in. and breathe out, extend. So every time she brings her hand back, she is reconnecting the shoulder blade muscles, the lats, the spinal extensors, or working hard, the triceps. Really good job. Keeping nice length, keeping length from crown to tailbone, breathe out, extend. Would you like to go to rest position after that, love? Yep, and that's her for each side, and it's just going to take a rest position, reach the bottom back, nice spine stretch. So up to you, you might want to do another set during this rest position, depends on your wrists, but I'm always very conscious of Emily's wrists because I have similar wrist issues, so runs in the family, I'd say. So any of these break times, your choice. Take the break or do another set of that strength work. So let's come up, we're going to do the legs now, all fours position. When she's stabilized and ready, and breath in, and we're going to go right leg extend straight back like a dart. You're going to hold that for me, Emily. You're going to reach, so if you can see the screen, we're looking for length there, glute engagement. Let's alternate legs. Breathe in, bring it back in. Other leg, breathe out, extend and lengthen. There's a little glass of water sitting on there. Keep going, Emily. Breathe in. Don't wait for my cues now. Breathe out, extend. She's going to do 3 more each leg. Breathe in, breathe out, extend. So if I haven't mentioned it before, Emily's done her full Pilates training too, so she's a great model to have to be showing you this work. I will be doing some filming myself as well later, but it's way easier to have a model and I can point out all sorts of little things for you there. Let's just do one more. I've been talking, I'm not sure where we're at with our extensions, so we can do one more each leg. Breathe out, extend. Legs, nice work. One more resting off your wrists, Emily. Now we're going to do a little add-on here. In the time saver, we did this version, and this one, we're going to put it all together and do extend arms and extend legs. When I say arms, one at a time. We're only going to do 3 each side, so we'll explore this. It's very strong work. Let's come back to all fours position. I'm going to lead with the right hand, Emily. When you're ready, breath in. And on the breath out, extend your right arm, left leg. Nice work. Breathe in, bring it back in. Stabilize, left arm, right leg. Breathe in, bring it back in. Keep going there. Glass of water, staying still. The breath is what drives this. Our abdominals is what drives this. Excellent strength work right here. Strength of the core, strength of the whole upper body, shoulder girdle, glutes, hamstrings. Nice work, Emily. Got one more each side?
Last one here.
Yes, that was splits. And when you're ready, instead of going into our rest position, we're going to go straight into a pigeon stretch. From this position, bring your right knee to your right wrist. And then you're going to wing it out to the side and lengthen that left leg back and long. Walk that foot back. Walk, walk, walk. Make it as long as you can. Then if it's available to you, come to your elbows. Depends on how tight you are. If it's available, take your forehead to the mat. Wherever you're at is fine. Just relax and surrender into this position. This pigeon stretch is in fact a yoga stretch. I love it. I love a passive stretch, one that you can just relax and breathe into. And I can remember, I did a lot of yoga years ago, and I can always remember the teacher saying, just surrender, it's a surrender pose. So before I started Pilates, I had 10 years doing yoga. Love yoga. Just transitioned to Pilates because Pilates was, my body responded as I got older so much more better, for want of a better word, with Pilates. I get much more strength gains with Pilates, and that's across the board. One more breath there. Teaches us posture. They teach us different things. I'm not anti-yoga by any means. Okay, Emily, you're going to transition back to your all fours position. So make it strong, bring yourself back up into all fours position so we can show the viewers how to recenter and get back into position. So we bring the knee to the wrist. Left knee now draws to the left wrist and then it wings out. Then we walk that back leg back. And you can see we open up that right hip there. Nice and long. So it's a hip stretch as well. Glute stretch and hip stretch. Either to elbows or forward on the hands. And breathing and relaxing. Let's point this toe away and relax through that ankle a little bit there. Nice deep full breaths for this position. Nice work today, Emily. Always nice to end with a nice relaxation pose and some deep breathing. Last breath there. And we've got one more lovely movement before we finished. And that's back in our all fours position. So when you're ready, coming back to your hands and knees, and it's our cat stretch. So that from that position, strong position to start, breath in. And on the breath out, let's tuck the pelvis, drive the navel up, let the head hang. Breathe in back to your neutral. Long spine from crown to tailbone. And breathe out as we tuck the pelvis, drive the navel up. So it's the abdominals that drive the stretch. And breathe in back to neutral. Neutral spine. And breathe out as we arch the spine. Big arch. Eyes are looking up at your belly there. Emily's got to work really hard for that. Posturally, this position's not easy for Emily either. So let's come back. We'll do 2 more like that. Breathe out, big arch, tummy zip. No tension in the neck and shoulders. Next one's going to be her last. And we're going to take the arch, make it matter. We stretch from the lumbar. We're going to take the arch into rest position. Keep it all the way, all the way, all the way. Bring the bottom down onto the heels. And when you're ready, final rest position. And that's your routine done today. Well done. And I've absolutely loved teaching you today. I look forward to seeing you in the next clip. Bye for now. Thanks, Emily.